Sao chơi? Tus, tus, tus. Tus, tus. Suaranya hilangin. La 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 la.
Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest, a sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us. And we are glad to have you alongside us for it. Really is quite a sight to behold this. It feels like a big game, it looks like a big game. Mind you, they all do at this ground. As you can see, we've already started here. Now it's Lukaku. Oh, well played, well played.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Now it's Mbappe. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Quality ball.
Yeah,
stood up well to him there. Lewis Skelly. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Goal! Flamingo! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
So, a breakthrough already. Conte. Hernandez. That'll be a throw. Lukaku. Oh, that's a key interception.
Yeah.
Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. And that is
Dung, dung,
as
dung,
far as
dung,
they're going to go.
sahur.
And it's Messi.
Flamengo have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Lukaku. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Luis Skelly. Colomwani! That was superb goalkeeping.
Colomwani actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. Indonesia really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
And he was quick to react. And it's Messi. He's found a way through. Messi.
Dung, dung, sahur.
Decent hit!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Messi. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Indonesia clearly didn't help themselves by...
Lukaku hits one! And yes, it's there! Two to the good! They have breathing space!
Yeah, the pass was bang on, and he just had to ensure he didn't stray offside. The finish was actually bang on too.
Flamengo are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Cleared away. Indonesia have it. And Messi!
Sahur.
Oh, that was no routine save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, to not... And the shot! And it's there! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Perfect placement. The one place the keeper couldn't reach.
No other outcome there. That was bang in the corner, unstoppable.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
This physical challenge. Colomwani. And here's Lukaku. Time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. Alexander-Arnold. And Dyke spots it and intercepts. Palmer. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Alexander-Arnold. Griezmann. He's picked his way through. Palmer! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And that is a little undercooked. Backward it goes. And it's Griezmann.
There will be 1 minute added time.
No way through.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
That's a good run down the left.
Yeah, this kind of bold running will always get you into areas of possibility.
There's the whistle for half-time. So no shortage of thrills, no shortage of fireworks, but all very one-sided. We appear perhaps headed for a cricket score at this rate, unless there is a significant change in fortune. It is 3-0 at half-time.
Dung, sahur.
Substitution on the field. Number 29. Number 8.
And the second half gets underway.
Coming on the field.
Tunisia
Number
changed their
20,
lineup for the second half. A reaction, no doubt, to the half-time score.
ดี
Nicely
เก็บ
weighted
แล้ว
goal.
ไป
Now it's Lukaku. Oh, that was vital. Indonesia come out this half somewhat altered.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Now it's Ribery. Well, now it's a race for the ball. The message is clear. None shall pass. Ribery!
ซาวา
Haaland. Oh, good spread. Messi. Indonesia do have a chance to counter here. Dealt with nicely by the defence.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
And here's Colomwani. Ribery. Passes short and sharp. Alexander-Arnold.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
ตุ้งตุ้งตุ้งตุ้งตุ้งซาวร์
And a header! Oh no, a quite unbelievable miss.
Oh, now that was a chance. What a chance.
Flamengo are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Alexander-Arnold. And he cuts out the supply. Conte. And here's Haaland. And here's Yamal.
Footballing with usually identifies.
Header! It's in! Devoid of any complexity, but boy was that certain.
Well, when you get service like that into the box, you can't go wrong.
Indonesia give themselves a fighting chance. Back in with a shout. Oh, great Palmer! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome. Oh, nicely intercepted.
เอ๊ะ
Hernandez.
ก็
Decent progress down the left. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
ย่า
He's had it taken off him.
มาคือ
Griezmann
pelanggaran
is fouled.
Substitution.
Manager can make a change for the first time in the game
นะ
here.
จ๊ะใช่จ้ะ
Oh, nearly, nearly. Indonesia perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. And here's Haaland.
เอ๊ะ
Pedri. Colomwani. And it's Conte. Messi. And he's running through. And Messi! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Well, I think the opposition was pretty sloppy in creating a problem for themselves then, but he was onto it so quickly and very nearly made them pay.
Number 13, Conte. Coming on the field, number
พัด
15,
โอเอยิ
Federico Valverde.
ทั้งสาม
Number 73,
Couple of changes then in quick succession. Haaland coming on here. A change that was broadly anticipated.
Yeah, I think the manager might have feared his team could become a little tentative, conservative even, Peter, but this will make a nice change.
And there's green grass ahead of him. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Hernandez. Mohamed Salah.
Look, movement creates more options, and that was...
Oh, smashing header! He should have put that one away.
Colomwani just got a little carried away with himself there. He knew he could have clinched it.
Substitution on the field. Number 24, Hernandez. Coming on the field is number 6.
Van Dijk. Mbappe. That's Valverde. Holland. No, it's not getting there.
Đó.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
For Valverde. And here's Haaland. And he thumps it clear. And that could set him on his way. It's a mighty effort! No, he didn't quite meet it right. Yamal has created one goal already.
06 phút.
Oh, played right into his path.
Chẹt.
Oh, super find. Torres! Haaland. Mbappe. Chance here to counter.
Đó.
There will be 3 minutes
Well
added
timed,
time.
excellent interception. And the pass is intercepted. Looking for options for movement. And that has been clubbed away. Oh, he'll be annoyed at himself for not getting there. And that was very necessary. And there goes the final whistle. Well, here is a defeat that may hit them hard, and you can sense that all around us.
Quê. Dạ. Ồ, lại. Có đang và Oof. Cho nó di mana?
Well, it is a game which in the grand scheme of things may not have too much riding on it, but it is equally clear and very visible that there is much pride around it. Chants are filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Well, here's a guy who's come as close as you can to perfecting the game, though his demeanour could barely be more modest. He really is every bit the anti-Galactico.
Yeah, and you wouldn't think that he's one of the great all-time midfielders until you actually see what he does on the pitch. Royalty.
Andres Iniesta. Few do it better than him. Some say nobody has done it better than him. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Hernandez. Can he get it through? Kalah.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
He's shifting through the gears here. Now it's Bale. Bale! Marvellous goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Hernandez. That has been cut short. Oh, good ball! Great chance! I'm going to be quick to recover this. Keeper sees it all the way. Amrabat is the team's great visionary. Kalah, and he cuts out the supply. Indonesia are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail.
Yeah.
Oh, he's caught him there, it's a free kick. Van Dijk kept his eye on it, and he's there. Conte. Now it's Haaland. Van Dijk kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And here's Iniesta. Kalah.
Indonesia are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Plays it in low. Amrabat. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Kalah. Great hit! He's got away with one there. Mbappe. Conte. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And it's Messi. Passes short. Mbappe! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
It was more possible than probable, and the outcome backed it up, Peter.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And Dyke cuts it out. Kante takes control of it and he's on the move. Now he's off and running. And here's Haaland. The ball has bounced loose now. Messi has got himself a free kick. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Messi taking charge of the dead ball.
This is the sort of thing he craves, a chance to make a telling impact.
That was travelling. No, that's been intercepted. Well, that is not the best ball. And he offers an apologetic look.
Encourage the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
And here's Messi. Thuram gets across and deals with it. Oh, he's taken it. Conte. Indoor. Now it's Kante. Now it's Cruyff. Cruyff charging forward, the ball at his feet. He has found a way through. He's got tall. He's missed, but not by that far.
Bale must have been hit by a flash of doubt then. He complicated what looked like an easy opportunity.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Kalah. Oh, belter! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And this is getting better and better. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Kalah demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's
Iniesta! It's loose now and they want to get it back. And that's it for the first half. A breathless ending. How would you review the first half?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position. So why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with another show of strength?
Chico, kita ambil pressure.
Substitution in progress.
That gets things going for the second half.
Look, before they might get too carried away with thoughts of getting back into the game, they can't afford to slip up and concede another. The next goal becomes crucial.
Indonesia, different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
Thuram gets across to intercept that. Kalah is onto it in a flash.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled. Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Messi. Vieira. And here's Bale. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. He's found a way through. Oh, important interception.
Really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner. And just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Now it's Cruyff.
The attendance for this match was
Liatin.
71,898.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Mbappe. Cleared without complication.
Substitutions taking place.
Gimana ini? Gimana?
Defending was strong and firm. Indonesia have, after this, one further opportunity to make a substitution. And here's Rafinha. Header! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Rafinha is looking to set free a runner. Haaland with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. That's a sharp pass. Always onto this. Indonesia still have the cards to affect this game. It's an early cross.
Oh, it's die-hard defence and the willingness to put his body on the line. Very impressive.
Can he latch on to this? Engages and forces him off the ball. Solot.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Alexander-Arnold, and that interception was most necessary. And there's green grass ahead of him. Bale unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. He's in here! And he's searching through. Real chance! And for a moment, time stood still.
Well, I think the opposition was pretty sloppy in creating a problem for themselves then, but he was onto it so quickly and very nearly made them pay.
Coming on to replace him is number 15.
Indonesia are looking to go forward now.
Substitution.
It's a pretty loose pass. And it's Messi. And he's intervened well there. Ball's gone astray. And now the breakaway. Haaland.
Indonesia are certainly now looking like a sorry lot. They haven't got a proper defence or attack, for that matter.
Now it's Bale. Looks for the finish. Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Well, judging by his reaction, he clearly feels he should have made more of it, but he's looking very much like the big threat at the moment.
The pass is intercepted. He skips past his man. Now he's off and running. Lam. Oh, delightful ball. Valverde. And it's Messi. Vieira does really well to win the ball there. Bale. He's picked his way through. Courtois is there to take. Drilled in, there's the shot! And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
Substitution on the field. Number 20.
There is some activity down on the touchline. That's at the end. Well, that was a frustrating game. They were, at times, cohesive, very capable, but undone by an opponent who simply did a better job. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty lethargic, and they were ruthlessly exploited, and deserved to be.
ya lawannya yang tadi. Kuat lagi.
Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest, a sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us. And we are glad to have you alongside us for it. Red is the colour, the only colour. We bring you this game, of course, from Old Trafford, Manchester. Haaland!
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did.
He's got the shot away! And for a moment, time stood still.
Well, one sloppy lapse like that can do a lot of damage, and it was triggered by the closing down.
Now that looks a decent ball. DiMarco is in a really good position out wide. Nicked it back promptly. Mbappe! Oh, that's wonderful alertness. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Manchester United clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And the pass is intercepted. Great, and the shot! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Indonesia are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. DiMarco. Cantona. The movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Roberto Carlos kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily.
Indonesia are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Gilberto Silva. That has been cut short. Alexander-Arnold goes steaming forward. Rafinha! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Rafinha knew immediately he didn't catch that to his liking, and his face was a picture of dissatisfaction.
And he was quick to react. Valverde. Now Tour.
Manchester United really have found that they're getting more space out wide.
Cantona! They've done it! And again, they simply do not know what has hit them. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
Manchester United are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Well, he can't say now that he hasn't been warned.
Well, he knew what he was taking on there, Peter, and special delivery from the ref.
Oh, no joy this time. Lampard. DiMarco. Cantona. Pass is just off target. Rafinha. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And the counter is on. He can run onto that. Mbappe. Oh, what a climb! He's done well to get his head on that, but couldn't score.
Well, being able to generate that amount of activity in the box means it's hard not to pick someone out.
And it's Xavi Alonso. Xavi Alonso. Alexander-Arnold makes the interception. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. And here's Mbappe. That's been cut out, well played. Valverde. Rafinha. Mbappe providing an outlet on that flank. And that is out and behind, it's a good block.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Cleared away. Hernandez. Indonesia are still behind as we reach out for half-time. Indonesia awarded another corner. Corner number 2 then. Valverde! Oh, that is rather wayward. Mbappe. Hernandez does well to get it back. Mbappe. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Lampard. Rafinha. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. This ended up in no man's land. He's going to be disappointed with that. DiMarco. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was
2
lacking.
added minutes has been indicated.
Lampard. Mbappe in acres of space out. Hits one! Surely now they are well and truly out of sight. And the lead is 3! It is surely done!
Manchester United clearly executed that with...
And we've reached half-time. Well, this certainly hasn't gone the way most of us in the ground had expected in advance. Granted, it is very pleasant if you're on the right side of it all.
And a quick reminder today that parking in the area around the stadium is strictly forbidden.
Bien,
Please use parking provided by the club or any other paid
That
parking
gets things
facilities
going
in
for the
the
second half.
substitutions taking place.
Indonesia changed their lineup for the second half. A reaction, no doubt, to the half-time score. Messi. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe going full tilt down the left. He's found a way past. Indonesia come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Rafinha cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
Oh, what a pass! It's a loose touch and the ball is anyone's. Referee's given a throw. Yamal has it in a wide position. And here's Messi. That's a good run down the left. And it's Xabi Alonso. Shot. Mbappe! That was quite a test for the goalkeeper.
Mbappe reacted so well to bring that ball under control. Looked easy too.
And he cuts out the supply. And the ball's gone astray. DiMarco.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
Sunchu. And Rafinha. He's in plenty of space here. De Gea catches it safely.
The attendance for this match was 72,306.
Roberto Carlos. Alonso. That has not gone well. Indonesia do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. And that is a little undercooked. Rafinha. Some resolute defending there. DiMarco. Xabi Alonso. Lampard. He won't be happy with that one. Xabi Alonso. Lampard. Great defending, strong and determined. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Well read, nice interception. And it's Xabi Alonso. Now it's Lampard. Oh, he's found support out wide. And he was alert to it. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe. Gilberto Silva. It's a pretty loose pass. Back in position. Cantona! Sticks it away! Results no longer in doubt. It's just about how many. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
He weighed up the landscape, Peter, and he stuck it bang in the corner.
And he'll shoot here.
Substitution in progress.
He's put his foot right through that one.
Indonesia are showing good urgency, but they have to place more emphasis on service into the box.
Gilberto Silva. Xabi Alonso. Hernandez cuts it out.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
And a header! It's a loose in for the pieces! And it's in! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky, it'll come your way.
Indonesia grab a goal, but it's hard to see it as anything much more than a consolation. Haaland. Haaland was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Mbappe. Mbappe unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now it's Mbappe. Whistle's gone, that's foul. He's hit it long,
There
but
will be 1 minute
astray.
added time.
Haaland. Not too much to add on here, just a minute. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. And there goes the final whistle. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were...
对处。 to be.
So what a sight this is. Another edition of this proud competition, just seemingly bigger and better still. Faces, of course, have come and gone, but some things never change. Those first day feelings, new hopes, new expectations, and the belief that maybe, just maybe, this time it will be your turn. Well, you've got to say the Nerazzurri certainly know how to create an atmosphere. 80,000 here in black and blue. The dress code is a strict one. But if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. This easily the most keenly anticipated of today's games. Aimed beyond the defence. Sommer is making a start here. I wonder what sort of a role is he expected to play, Jim?
He's a calm, reassuring presence, Peter. He can stop shots with the best of them, but he can also organise his defence and prevent panic from spreading. I think as a defender, that's just the kind of keeper you want to be playing in front of. He's a good communicator too.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Tomori tries to clear. Rafael Leao. Spread out to the left. Played back in. Pass is just off target. Pretty cagey early on from both sides. Milan looking to pass their way through. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. The referee's awarded a free kick. And here's Thuram.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
That pass is somewhat less than ideal.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
Oh, this looks sharp. Politano. Çalhanoğlu. Quality ball. Hernandez did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. He's picked his way through. It's anyone's ball now. Turns and goes back. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Now it's Politano. Oh, he's found support out wide. Climbs up big! Oh, should really have made more of that.
Yeah, that was really sharp. That kind of delivery can play havoc with defences.
Engages and forces him off the ball. Out to the left it goes. Now it's Thuram. Nicely spread. Cross goes in there. That's really well manoeuvred. Milan do have a chance to counter here. Zaccagni. He is through here. Bastoni getting this one clear. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. That's a shade optimistic. Mateus, he won't be happy with that one. Chance to... And the shot! In for the pieces! Goal! Milan! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Well, he's certainly happy with that after what's been said in the build-up, you know.
Yeah,
They've been denied a chance to develop any...
Big chance! They've scored! And they're at it again in double quick time.
Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Oh, shooting chance! Yes! And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
No other outcome there. That was bang in the corner, unstoppable.
Inter Milan get themselves back into contention.
Listen, goals change games, and that has changed the whole complexion of this one. They have the momentum now.
That has ended up in no man's land.
Politano.
Is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't.
Has a shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Keeper has taken decisive action. Now here's the delivery. He's having a hit! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Well, I think the opposition was pretty sloppy in creating a problem for themselves then, but he was onto it so quickly and very nearly made them pay.
Maldini. That is a little undercooked. And the shot! He's got away with one there.
Well, the work rate to win the ball back was fantastic, and it set up the opportunity. That's great effort.
And this could be the final action of the first half. In with a header! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it. And that'll be the final action of the first half. So after a truly engaging first half, it remains right on edge. Things still very much in the mix in what is shaping up to be a super contest. 2 on the score at the break, and every indication that both parties are capable of adding more. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Well, it's still anyone's game, as both sides have shown they have goals in them. As for the next one, should it arrive, that may have a bigger bearing as to who emerges victorious.
Well, it's been an enthralling game so far, this meeting of regular rivals. High intensity, high in passion. Tough game for the officials to this point, but that is unlikely to change. And we are already promptly back underway.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an overused term, but you really have to play with courage. Be brave, and let's see where it gets you. You might just get lucky because of it. This is what good chemistry is all about.
Schneider. Passing is crisp and sharp. Played with speed from back to front. And here's Thuram, Zaccagni, Rafael Leao! It's in! 2 to the good! They have breathing space! Milan go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
Look, it's a whole different ball game now, Peter, and it's a test of how they manage affairs from here.
Milan are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
And he'll shoot here! That was superb goalkeeping!
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 21. Lascia il campo per il numero 8.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Rafael Leao. That is a real chance! Mkhitaryan. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Now it's Rafael Leao. Oh, no, that was never going to make it.
And
And it's Mkhitaryan. Rafael Leao. Well, that's well spotted. Inter Milan, perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Mkhitaryan. Çalhanoğlu. Maldini kept his eye on it, and he's there. Zaccagni. Rafael Leao. Oh, that's fabulous. Zambo Anguissa. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all.
Sostituzione per l'Inter. Numero 22.
But there's going to be another change here.
Yeah, they're looking for some imagination, and his job's going to be to add that element of craft and guile. The man pulling the strings.
It's Snyder! And again! They are rampant! And they are cruising away. Really tidily gathered, and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
Yeah, and I think...
Decent hit! Really well taken goal. It is no contest. It is a landslide.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
It's become a case of men against boys.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Rafael Leao. Inter Milan have, after this, one further opportunity to make a substitution. Hernandez, spread it left. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Thuram. Arnautovic. Thuram! He steps in, and that's the end of that. Anguissa. Zaccagni. And Anguissa played right into his path. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. No way through. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Anguissa. Barella makes the interception. Zielinski. Çalhanoğlu.
Indica 4 minuti di recupero.
Schneider. Anguissa. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. And claimed it back swiftly. Now this could be a chance. Hernandez. Thuram. Well, they could break here. And we're done. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times. So we reach a fork in the road. Fortunes can turn either way from this point. One path leads to where they all want to be, or at least a significant step closer to it. What doesn't bear thinking about is the alternative. It is time for the central characters to stand tall. The San Siro for nigh on a century, Milan's power base, the ultimate status symbol of their glorious history. We have already started here. It's us or them. Always has been, always will be. That pass has been well intercepted. That's a shade optimistic. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
Thuram engages and forces him off the ball. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And he's heaved it away. And he's done very well to take that back. Gets his pass away. Great ball if he can get there. In with the challenge. And it's Lukaku. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, Federico Di Marco is someone I consider to be an elite fullback. Even in Italy, where defending is an art, he's brilliant.
It's Calhanoglu! Calhanoglu. The other side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Now it's Abraham. Oh, there's the clearance. Martinez. Lukaku. Chance! Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Pulisic. He won't be happy with that one. Couldn't quite squeeze that one through. Politano. Abraham. Distributed tidily. Foot in. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Calhanoglu gets rid without sophistication. And here's Pulisic. Very nicely done. Pulisic. He's looking for the runner here. And there's green grass ahead of him. And it's Inzaghi. Pavard does well to get it back. Politano. Barella. Calhanoglu. He is through here. Pulisic goes on a run down the left wing. That had too much on it.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
And here's Thuram. Cafu gets over and intercepts. Now to play for a throw. Pass is just off target. Barella. Politano. Thuram. That is good strength. The defence opting here for strength in numbers. And here's Politano. Looking for the run. Politano, he gets big! Smashing delivery, just didn't do enough with it.
Yeah, it's very well timed. A delivery like that with the right amount of pace and whip can be a nightmare to defend against.
Martinez. Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems. Now it's Thuram. Oh, nicely intercepted. Oh, that's a key interception. Pulisic. Barella. And back it goes.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
Out of passing here, really easy on the eye. Maldini gets it clear. And there is the half-time whistle. Truth be told, perhaps it's not the game that many anticipated, but there is lots to be seen in it, lots to be taken from it. Plenty for the key figures to mull over, but it remains goalless. Reflections on the first half?
Inter can add a little more variation to their attack. They've developed a right...
Shot a goal! He's delivered all right!
Boom! There we go. And it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree. Well, there's always a chance of being caught like that when you surrender the football.
Milan have their opener. It is a goal of real significance.
Well, that's changed the mood entirely, as you'd expect, Peter. It'll be fascinating now to see what kind of reaction it will cause.
Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. That's going to go a long way. Stefan de Vrij. Oh, that pass isn't the best. He's picked his way through. Inzaghi! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Another example of how comfortable this team is on the break.
Fiddles it through. Pulisic. Pinches it off him. It's a throw-in. No, again there's no way through. Cleared without complication. Barella. Cafu defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And now they can clear their lines. Cafu kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Martinez. De Vrij cuts it out. Abraham. Maldini with the clearance. So Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Politano. Oh, lots to admire in the run and the defending.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Barella. Thuram! That's a half-decent try. Now it's Abraham. Can he put it away? There's a goal! They are right back in business.
And it's another really good show of character. I love the spirit and togetherness they muster. Never know when they're beaten. Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
Inter Milan grab the equaliser and we're all square.
Oh, look, Peter, I was on the fence before a ball was kicked and I still haven't moved.
Spread it left. Now it's Politano. He's got away. Politano. Musso catches it safely. And he's intervened well there. And he thumps it clear. And here's Abraham. Oh, super find. Oh, Sukaka! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? And that has been clubbed away. And the break is on. Politano goes hurtling down that left-hand side. Chance with a header! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
Abraham has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it.
He's through here. That is lovely.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Some really good ball movement. And they've got rid. And smartly reclaimed. Now it's Martinez.
Milan showing a good level of intensity at this stage. They're calling on all their resources now.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Mkhitaryan.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Lukaku, played out to the right. Oh, red, nice interception. De Vrij spots it and intercepts. Politano.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
2 minutes to be added on. Barella. Mkhitaryan. It is going to need 30 more minutes. No winner after 90.
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
Ricordiamo a tutti i tifosi
So all square, we need a winner, and we will be back for extra time.
Grazie. Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 5. Kalah. Numero
Stern
20.
test this for the endurance, for the character of the players as we head into extra time.
Ribéry. Il numero
Barella.
6. Il numero 22. Cambio di giocatori.
And he's been shifted off it. Looking for options for movement. Well timed, excellent interception. Barella. And it's Arnautovic. No messing about, just bludgeoned away.
Ah, welcome to modern football. You get hounded by everyone.
Attenzione, un cambio.
Di Marco. Arnautovic. And here's Thuram. Final ball not quite right, and his teammates are irritated at that. And No, that was never going to make it. And here's Thuram. Cafu promptly onto that, and that is that. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Interesting ball. Oh, perfectly measured that. He's been taken out. Could that be a penalty? The referee has given a free kick just outside the box. Yellow or red? It is red. So seemingly that was deemed a denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity.
Well, he had a decision to make, Peter, and it's worked out badly. Yeah, and a heart-and-mouth time for the culprit, who may well regret his
Inzaghi! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Quick thinking and quick control, Peter. That creates a little more working space.
Well,
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 8.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Lasciano il campo per il numero 37, il numero 18, il numero 95.
Damian.
Cambio di giocatori.
Yeah, he's fouled in there.
pelanggaran
Martinez. Martinez. Oh, now this is interesting, and the referee has pointed to the spot. And he could not have picked a worse time to give one away. The ball is on the spot. Here we go. Goal, Milan! As close to a certainty as can be.
It reached its target, but it was almost stopped from maybe good goalkeeping homework.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Minuti di recupero.
Ribery getting this one clear. Now it's Osimhen. Oh, that's well spotted. That's it for the first period of extra time. And 90 minutes long gone, 15 of an extra 30 have also gone, and the search for a winner is still on. Truly, this is a punishing game on bodies and heads and minds. The outstanding question, the only question, is there still room for one last bit of drama? Is there to be drama in these final 15 minutes? They have played themselves to a near standstill. What is left in the tank now? Martinez. It's gone out for a throw-in. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. Ribery. Always onto this. Genuine physical edge about this game, it is quite attritional. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender though who was ever so determined. Really well taken goal. Well, that's not going to count. And we go again. Oh, his goal-scoring celebrations are going to be cut short. The flag was up for offside, even if the referee didn't spot it straight away. Disappointment and relief on either side. Nothing doing. And it's a Serbi. Oh, played right into his path. And he's... Oh, shooting chance! And it's come back out to him. Decent attempt, but not quite good enough.
Inter certainly look a very capable counter-attacking team. They're direct, they're quick, and to be honest, they're full of belief that it'll pay off.
Damian. Passing nice and neat.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Osimhen! Oh, the ball's run. Oh, he's been caught on it here.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Martinez. And he cuts out the supply. So that's it. It is all over. A game of margins of thrills, the sort of game that is a great advertisement. Crunch game. So much depends on this. Expectation and nerve. It is indeed a heady mix. There is a massive sense of expectation emanating from this part of Milan. The giant arena bearing the name of perhaps the finest player ever to don the famous black and blue jersey. Oh, here's a chance! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
This is why he's so highly regarded. Absolutely fantastic.
Inter Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Gullit getting this one clear. In with the challenge. Liatin. Tries a header! Good delivery, but no joy.
Well, that's a move which shouldn't be allowed to repeat. A dribble, cross and attempt, all too easy.
Liatin. Oh, that's delightful. Engages and forces him off the... Oh no, this does not look good.
Peter, I can't recall a better leader of the line than Marco van Basten.
A great scorer of goals and, of course, a scorer of great goals.
Yeah, and because of that, the words audacious and spectacular come to mind, and I think they best sum up what he could muster on a consistent basis.
Hernandez. Calhanoglu. Well, it has been just one side doing all of the early probing.
Yeah, they've been livelier and hungrier and looked the more likely to register first.
Now it's Politano. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Politano.
Such good technique.
Oh, it's played into the area. It's loose now and they want to get it back. No, he couldn't get the direction he needed.
I thought the wing work was A1. The defending and finishing was anything but.
Gullit. No goals as yet. And that is expertly dealt with. Liatin. For Calhanoglu. Seedorf gets over and intercepts. Cannavaro. Somewhat off target. Calhanoglu on a charge down the left. Final ball not quite right, and his teammates are irritated at that. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Liatin. Hernandez. He's found a way through. Hernandez unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Just eases him off the ball. Thuram, nicely aimed pass. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Now it's Pulisic. And that's a throw-in. Pavard. Now it's Pulisic. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Corner number 2 then. And that has been knocked clear. Milan are looking to go forward now. Half an hour played now. Liatin touches it back.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
Pulisic. Pavard. Now it's Pulisic. Gullit. Oh, this looks sharp. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Pavard. Inter Milan are looking to break at pace. Hernandez makes the interception. Seedorf. And he's intervened well there. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Liatin going face to face with his great rival. Mkhitaryan wins the duel this time. And no, that was never going to make it. Either side giving way, it has been tight. It's a promising run he's making on the right. Pavard. And he's managed to get free. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Mkhitaryan. Pulisic. And Pavard. Pulisic. And it's Mkhitaryan. And here's Thuram. It's a good ball out wide. Pulisic. And the whistle goes for half-time. Truth be told, perhaps it's not the game that many anticipated, but there is lots to be seen in it, lots to be taken from it. Plenty for the key figures to mull over, but it remains goalless. How would you review the first half?
Inter may probably be feeling a little aggrieved about not capitalising on such a bright start. Their mood at half-time should be more upbeat. The glass remains half full and it should spur them on.
Well, you have to say it's a game that has very much lived up to the pre-game expectations. Passions running pretty high, rivals going at it. And the shots! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh, in he goes again! Oh, it's fallen loose again! Mkhitaryan. Oh, that's well spotted. Seedorf. And here's Van Basten.
Ya elah.
Now the finish! Politano. Çalhanoğlu. Thuram. Schneider is fouled. He's not got that quite right. Opts to play it back. Liatin. Oh, that's nice. And he's gone backward here. He's had a hit! Goal! Milan! And that is the goal we've all been yearning for.
Perhaps deserves a little bit of sympathy here because that's a goalkeeper's nightmare. It's clear that the keeper was unsighted by his defence. By the time he picked up the flight of that, it was too late.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, that's changed the mood entirely, as you'd expect, Peter. It'll be fascinating now to see what kind of reaction it will cause.
Milan appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Politano. Politano.
Oh, great feat, that.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Out to the left it goes. Time and again they are repelled.
That's what has to be done now. No
Yeah,
question about it.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Chance! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Liatin actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Lascia il campo per il numero 7.
Tries to get it clear. Hernandez. And now the hit! Oh, that was close. Not the best distribution from the keeper. DiMarco. Always onto this. He's in space and looking for options. Played it. Terrific header! Has another goal! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
That's an example of the sixth sense of opportunism that many of his ilk show. Masterful anticipation.
Acerbi spots it and intercepts. Inter Milan perhaps contemplating their next change here.
Well, the manager's got a decision to make here, whether he's happy to stick or twist. Inter really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
He's through here. Oh, smashing header! And the lead stays intact, just.
I can't hide away from how important that was.
Hernandez. Now who's going to be first to this? He's found some space. Great chance! He has done it!
And
A two-goal lead and they're firmly in control. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Well, at one stage, he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute, it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. So that's 2 now without reply.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that 2-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
Milan finding their... Just the goalkeeper to shot a goal! Surely now they are well and truly out of sight. And surely that settles it.
That looks like a preconceived plan. Win the ball and then unleash.
A case now of complete control.
Well, that's really winded the opposition.
Thuram! AC Milan could counter here. Hernandez. Well, that looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Zielinski. Milan have reclaimed it. Barella cuts out the pass. Looking for the run. Face to face with the keeper. There's the hit! And he hits the net! It is no contest. It is a landslide. Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Defeated, dejected, deflated. The ultimate disappointment. Well, here comes a crunch game. So much depends on this. Expectation and nerve. It is indeed a heady mix. Look at this stadium, as you can see, very much ready for action. The blue and black colours of Atalanta, affectionately known as La Dea. Well, we're on the way. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, I think Scamaccia's first objective here, Peter, is to dominate the opposition defence. And being 6'5", that certainly helps his cause. If he's able to get his way and can become the focal point of the attack and the main source of what they're bringing forward, then he could well turn out to be the match winner.
Well, quite no argument for me on that one. Rafael Toloi concedes a free kick for that. And it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Looks to me as though this is probably a little too far out for a shot. And he's on. Can he finish? There it is!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Peter, that was just a defensive act of generosity that was always going to have a painful ending.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Look, I'm sure that silencing the crowd would have been mentioned in the dressing room beforehand. And just listen.
He has found a way through. Ake has given away a free kick. That has been slung wide. Aimed in towards the centre. Bernardo Silva. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Now it's Haaland. Ruben Diaz cuts it out. Bob in acres of space out wide. He's had a shot! He's got a goal! And they're at it again in double quick time! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
He weighed up the landscape, Peter, and he stuck it bang in the corner.
So that's two now without reply.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. Bob. And it's Bernardo Silva. Kolasinac. Filippo Inzaghi. He's tried one! He has hit that forcefully.
Well, that was smashed with venom, violence even. All he had to do was hit the target. It's such a shame.
Ake. And Bob. And it's Bernardo Silva. Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Oh, no joy this time. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Look, the game is full of ifs and buts. If only the pass could have completed its journey.
Back towards the middle. Foden is in a really good position out.
De Bruyne!
They want to be quick to... Oh, he's been caught napping! Now it's Foden.
Great hit!
And another try! Yes! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
A case now of complete control.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought...
Haaland! And that has forced the very best out of the keeper.
Yeah, they got away with it, but that was a defensive letdown to see him march through like that.
And we have our very first corner. Pitches it off him. Bernardo Silva. Oh, good ball! Now that's a fine challenge. Skamaka. Moved on forwards. Akanji calmly anticipates. Whistle's gone, that's foul. Well, no messing about, it is red. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
Haaland, well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Serang.